repent, teach them how to let go and let God do a new thing, a bigger thing in their lives. My brothers and sisters, we have a duty to teach our children to remember the commandments of God. Remember to teach them in all their ways to honor God and to open their hearts up to God that he may come in. Oh my God, thank you, Jesus. So brothers and sisters, you have to remember to teach your children, train up a child. Remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Well, hello again. I'm Melissa Capetti.
And this is Nicole Beach.
And we are filling in for Ron while he's on vacation. So for once, I have a reason why Ron's not here that I can say Ron's on vacation. This time I knew what was going on. So we're here to help you ask your neighbor questions or share something about what's going on in the community or the world. We don't actually have access to the email, so you can't really email your questions to us. You can for Ron. It goes to his email. I don't have that access, but if you want to ask a question online, you can go to Facebook, BBB Communications. It'll be the first live video going on their Facebook page, on their newsfeed. So you can go and Nicole has the screen popped up so she can see any questions or comments on the video below there, and we will gladly address that if you call in or if you message and share something on Facebook, make a comment, ask a question there on the comment section. And we don't have a specific topic this morning. We were hoping that someone out there would like to get us rolling with a question or a comment to the community here, and I'm hoping that you guys got something good for us this morning so that we don't have to end early. That's my friend Angela. I stole her baby's place in the delivery room.
Oh, really?
She actually had a scheduled time to go have the baby born, scheduled C-section. Mine was an emergency, and I took her baby spot, and we made good friends. Both our babies were in the neonatal intensive care unit because they had some issues, and we got to get to know her and stuff, and my daughters had play dates with her before I lived up north. I still stay in touch with her all the time. I don't know. Does anybody want to call in and share something? Anything at all? I'm so glad my daughter didn't decide to be a cheerleader. It's my niece.
No.
She's a cheerleader. She's cute. That's my older niece. That's my younger niece.
No.
Aren't they adorable? They do good. They do good with their cheerleading. All right, if you want to call and ask your neighbor a question or tell us something that's going on out and about there in the community, you can call here, ask your neighbor, 865-457-1380.
And toll free at 877-711-4005.
And just ask a question or tell us about something that's going on out there We're live now, just waiting for someone to kick this off, so we don't have to. Make up some stuff. Let's see what we got on this call here. Ask your neighbor. Do you have a question or a comment?
Yeah, how y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I want to call about I seen that deal on TV on the news there about them automated trucks. 18-wheelers they're trying to do, and then make them EVs out of them and all that crap. Everything but the I don't know how it's going to work, because, I mean, you get a flat tire. I mean, I drove truck 35 years all over the country. You get a flat tire, it's by law. You got to pull it right over the shoulder and stop the truck until you get it fixed. And anything like that, and plus they go into weigh stations. I guess they got to go through weigh stations too, like all the other drivers, and everything. And then if they had to be pulled around back, and everything, they'll ask you to bring your paperwork and everything in. Now, how are you going to do that when you ain't got nobody in the truck? I'm just trying to figure all that out.
They don't still have a driver, though, even though it's automated?
Yeah, it's supposed to be some automated deals they're coming out with. And I've seen on the news there, I think WYSH or one of theirs like that. But anyways, they talking about the showing them out the trucks, driverless trucks, and I'm sort of thinking, okay, I don't know how that's going to work, nothing like that, because, like I said, I know they ask you to pull around back, something wrong with your truck, and how they're going to do that, they got a driver in there, and how they want to bring paperwork in, they got a driver in there, and I don't know how safe that's going to be, like that in real life, especially in bumper traffic and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a lot of accidents on the road.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying. It does.
And then the grids and everything like that. I don't know how they're supposed to get up EV trucks like that and everything. And if they turn around, they keep canceling and getting away like Bull Run over here. They cancel that one and everything. It's a coal burner like that. Baby's always clean. And I don't understand how in the world they're getting rid of these power plants and then turn around and want the electric vehicles. So where the power's going to come from? We have brownouts, blackouts now, and everything like that. And how it's going to be when you get a lot of electric vehicles on the road. And they can't keep up them charging stations. So like 8 out of 10 of them are bad. You can't use them. So I don't know. Like I said, it's just getting worse and worse. It just don't make no sense this country don't anymore. And I fought for it there like that military, so, but they're just getting crazy. Oh, it's Biden crap and everything they're going out with, and I don't understand that at all. Of course, a lot of things in life I don't understand. One of them are Democrats and everything like that. They're the ones on slaves back in the 1800s. Like that, Republicans never owned any slaves. In fact, they got started up to fight slavery and everything. And then you got a lot of blacks who vote for the Democrats. I just couldn't figure that one out. It just don't make no sense to me. All that stuff don't.
Yeah.
But that's why anyways, I just want to throw it out there, give you some more subjects to talk about.
That is good.
Okay, yeah.
I got an article. I'm going to tell everybody about it a little more. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome, man. Y'all take care.
You too. Bye-bye. All right, so here's what he's talking about here. I went to the Washington Post, looked at several different ones, but I'm choosing this one. It's a nice little article. And it wants me to buy stuff. No, thank you. Okay, let's see. Ready or not, self-driving semi-trucks are coming to America's highways. Autonomous truck companies plan a major expansion this year to deliver your packages and food. Hold on, it keeps trying to sell me stuff. Why can't I make it go away? I can't make it go away. Why? Oh, I'm sorry. This isn't working. What do you think about these trucks?
I don't know. I don't know if there's someone going to be on the other end of it, driving it like a video game.
Right. It says, hold on, I'm going to tell you a little bit more. That website wanted me to pay to be on their website, so I don't want to do that. Auto Week. I've heard of Auto Week.
Is someone going to watch these trucks as they're driving? Like, monitor them?
Oh, there's several companies making these. I could tell you that right now. Tesla, GM, Waymo are a few. I'm trying to find a good source. Here we go. Maybe we can... I got the New York Post now. I'm going to try this one. Maybe it won't make me pay to read it. Let's see. They're reinventing the 18-wheeler. As if automated automobiles weren't impressive enough, now self-driving semi-trucks can potentially replace their human counterparts on U.S. highways, thanks to the trial of fully autonomous trucks in Texas. A new class of self-driving trucks will hit the road solo, sans human chaperones. Two major tech firms, Aurora Innovations and Kodiak Robotics. Okay, read more. Is it gonna make me pay? I don't want to pay. They have been training their driverless rigs in Texas since 2020. They plan to have 20 autonomous vehicles operating a 240-mile stretch of road between Dallas and Houston, in hopes to deploy thousands of these cybernetic semis in several years. That's all it says. Hold on, let me find some more, because I want to know what you want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Is there actually a driver going to be in it? But so far, what I'm reading, it sounds like it's not. It said something about several radars, sensors.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that you're right. I think it might be a video game type of thing where it's set up like you would play a video game. Let's see. Scares me. It's already bad drivers as it is. Is this supposed to make it better drivers? I mean, here, the self-driving system, outfitted with 25 laser, radar, and cameras. Oh, stupid thing. It moved on me. Here we go. Owned by Pittsburgh-based Aurora Innovation. Late this year, Aurora plans to start hauling freight on Interstate 45 between the Dallas and Houston areas with 20 driverless trucks. Let's see more about it. Maybe this one won't make me pay. Maybe they'll have a whole article. Here we go. On a 3-lane test track, it keeps popping up on me. On a 3-lane test track along the, let me try not to butcher this, Monongahela River. Monongahela River. An 18-wheel tractor trailer rounded a curve. No one was on board. A quarter mile ahead, the truck's sensor spotted a trash can blocking one lane and a tire in another. In less than a second, it signaled, moved into the unobstructed lane, and rumbled past the obstacles. The self-driving semi outfitted with the 25 laser radar and camera sensors is owned by that Aurora Innovation. Within 3 or 4 years, Aurora and its competitors expect to put thousands such self-driving trucks on America's public freeways. The goal is for the trucks, which can run nearly around the clock without any brakes, to speed the flow of goods, accelerating delivery times, and perhaps lowering costs. They'll travel short distances on secondary roads, too. The companies say that autonomous trucks will save on fuel, too, because they don't have to stop and will drive at more consistent speeds. Also, Aurora says its testing has shown that if a maintenance issue arises while one of the trucks is traveling on a freeway, the vehicle will automatically pull to the side of the road and remotely call for assistance.
It's remote. It's a video game.
The image of fully loaded 80,000-pound driverless truck weaving around cars on a superhighway at 65 miles per hour or more may strike a note of terror. A poll conducted in January by AAA found that a decisive majority of American drivers, that's 66%, said they would fear riding in an autonomous vehicle. But in less than 9 months, a 7-year science experiment by Aurora will end, and driverless trucks will start carrying loads between terminals for FedEx, Uber Freight, Warner, and other partners. Aurora and most of its rivals plan to start running freight routes in Texas, where snow and ice are generally rare. For years, it seemed as though the initial venture for autonomous vehicles would be ride-hailing in large cities. But General Motors' Cruise Robo-Taxi Unit... That sounds so fake! The Cruise Robo-Taxi Unit is struggling in the aftermath of a serious crash. And Alphabet's Waymo faces opposition to expanding its autonomous ride service in California. The result is that self-driving trucks are poised to become the first computer-controlled vehicles deployed in the widespread numbers on public roads. So you're right. No one's going to be in these vehicles. The vehicles have drawn skepticism. Remember I had a hard time saying that the other day? Skepticism. I said it. From safety advocates. So the vehicle has drawn skepticism from safety advocates who warn that with almost no federal regulation, it will be mainly up to the companies themselves to determine when the semis are safe enough to operate without humans on board. The critics complain that federal agencies, including the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, take a generally passive approach to safety, typically acting only after crashes occur. Okay. And most states provide scant regulation. That's not good. But Aurora and other companies that are developing the systems argue that years of testing show that their trucks will actually be safer than human-driven ones. They note that the vehicle's laser and radar sensors can see farther than human eyes can. The trucks never tire as human drivers do. They never become distracted or impaired by alcohol or drugs. Here's a quote. "We can't be out there with thousands or 10,000s of trucks on the road," said Chris Urmson of Aurora's. It's one of Aurora's CEOs. He's also formerly the head of Google's autonomous vehicle operations. He also said, "And to do that, we have to be safe. It's the only way that the public will accept it. Frankly, it's the only way our customers will accept it." Phil Koopman, a professor at Carnegie Mellon University who studies vehicle automation safety, said he agreed that self-driving trucks can theoretically be safer than human-driven ones, for the very reason that they lack drivers who might become distracted or impaired. But he cautioned that the vehicle's computers inevitably will make errors. And just how the trucks will fare in real-world situations, he said, will depend on the quality of their safety engineering. With billions of dollars in investments at stake, Koopman said he wonders how the companies will balance safety decisions against cost concerns. "Everything I see indicates they're trying to do the right thing," he said, "but the devil is in the details." On the test track, reporters saw Aurora's semis avoid simulations of road obstacles, including pedestrians, a blown tire, even a horse. But the trucks are running at only 35 miles per hour in a controlled environment with nothing unexpected happening. The trucks are being tested with human safety drivers on Texas freeways at speeds of 65 miles per hour or higher. On the track, the truck spotted obstacles more than a quarter mile away and acted immediately to avoid them. Urmson said the truck's laser sensors can detect people walking on a highway at night, far beyond the distance of headlights. Since 2021, Aurora trucks have autonomously hauled freight over 1 million miles on public highways, but with human safety drivers in the cabs. So right now there's someone in the cab. There have been only 3 crashes, all of them caused by mistakes by human drivers in their other vehicles. Well, you can't control that. You don't know if a car's just going to decide to swerve or a tire's going to pop off of their car and run into their truck. The crashes turned out to be minor with no injuries, and in each case, the company said the Aurora truck was able to safely pull off the side of the road. A federal database that started in June 2021 shows at least 13 crashes with other vehicles involving autonomous semis, including 3 involving Aurora. In all the cases, the crashes were caused by other vehicles changing lanes or rear-ending the trucks. Sometimes human safety drivers took over just before the crash. Aurora won't compromise safety, Urmson said, even if ensuring it might delay the timetable for achieving a profit. If we put a vehicle on the road that isn't sufficiently safe, that we aren't confident in the safety of, then it kills everything else, he said. Last month, when Urmson displayed the truck to Wall Street, he said the publicity-held company expects to turn a profit by late 2027 or early 2028. Wow. let's see. They got some competitors that are also going to put driverless trucks out within this year or next year. Kodiak said freeways are a better environment for autonomous vehicles than congested cities where ride-hailing robo-taxis have been running. Fewer pedestrians, fewer unexpected things happen. Let's see, this is still all testing. I want to know more about the details of how that works. That's what you're asking, right? That's what I want to know too. Talking about more of the different rules and safety and stuff. I want to know
how they control it.
Yeah.
How does it work? Like, how does it turn? How does it, like...
Let me try and be more specific in my search. If you all know anything about this, I had no idea. I don't really do news a whole lot. Some of the things that happen in people's lives, it hits too close to home sometimes, so I have a hard time to really be watching the news and sometimes hearing some of the negative stories. We know what's going on. Just sometimes can't handle to hear all the details. Okay, so let's say, how does a automated semi-truck work? Oh, come on. How does an automated semi Okay, let's see. It just relies on sensors, cameras, GPS satellites, LOT systems, and AI technologies. It doesn't really go into detail here, but let's see if it goes into detail here about how does this... It just says the same thing, AI and all that. And then it goes into, let's see, tells us what it is.
How does automation work?
Autonomous trucks work by using sensing technologies like LiDAR, a sensing technology that uses light to determine distance. Radar and optical cameras to gather visual data from the surrounding area, delivering that information to a computer loaded with maps and algorithms that analyze the information and makes decisions. It is not too different from how a brain uses what a human eye feeds it to decide when it's safe to change lanes or make a left turn. Software is the key to autonomous trucking. They're writing codes to integrate the artificial intelligence with all the sensors, maps, algorithms, and other perception tools.
Oh, man. That's a lot of work.
Software works by breaking down the individual actions required to operate a big grid into steps related to perception, planning, control, and vehicle actuation, just like a human driver would. Remember I was talking about that? Defensive driving and stuff? It's all that stuff. You know, perception, planning, planning ahead, looking what's going on ahead, being in control and paying attention and stuff. And they're talking about this year. This is happening already. Testing's already happening, and they're talking about actually sending them out this year.
20 of them.
Look at that one. It has no cab at all. It's just a truck on wheels. Look, it looks like a car with a truck on it.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, so if anybody knows anything about that...
It's futuristic, that's for sure.
It's futuristic?
Yeah, futuristic, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky looking.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine watching it drive down the road with no driver. Yeah, it's spooky. Well, right now they have drivers in them while they're doing all this testing. But I worry about the drivers and jobs. So now instead of learning to be a truck driver, you got to go to learn to be a computer person. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
You got to either learn how to build these things or
put them together,
work them. Be a camera person or the video game controller.
AI.
It sounds like it's doing it itself. It is not actually
AI codes. I mean, could you imagine seeing a sheet of paper like this and then having to put codes in order for the thing to know how to read a tire in a road or a horse in a road?
Yes.
Do you have to know the exact numbers in order to do that?
It's the algorithms.
Yeah.
Yep, that software.
God.
You got to be a software developer if you want to be a truck driver now. That's messed up. This is going to be a long time before it's like no truck drivers. But that's going to lessen the jobs for folks, especially starting in Texas. So if you have a comment or a question about it, we'll try to look it up. Or any other truck drivers out there that want...
Or any other questions you want to ask your neighbor.
Yeah, you got another topic? That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to hear from you. We got somebody on the line now. Let's see what they got. Ask your neighbor, do you have a comment or a question?
I can barely hear you.
Do you have a comment or a question?
Yeah, ladies. This truck thing, that's the craziest thing I ever heard of.
I know.
I used to drive a rig from coast to coast years ago, hauling steel. That is the craziest thing I ever heard of. I seen it on CBS this morning. Do you realize if that truck was struck by lightning and knocked the computer out, how many people that thing could kill?
That's an interesting concept.
We have satellites up there sometimes go a little crazy, and our phones don't work, or our TVs and stuff don't work. If one of them got struck by lightning, it was in the city, something like 30 or 40,000 pounds rolling down the road, and nobody controlling it. It could kill dozens of people at one time.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. I never. This world's going nuts. Pretty soon we'll have robots in our house to tell us what to do.
Right?
Oh, no, thanks.
It's becoming the Jetsons.
I'm not rich enough for that.
That's a terrible thing. In California, I think it was in Los Angeles, they tried to driverless cars for a month or two, and the governor said, this is no good. And I believe the insurance companies, they're probably... sweating over that'll really... Can you imagine the insurance they pay for the trucks right now, how it's going to be for a driverless truck?
Woo!
Yeah, and we'll pay for that when stuff is delivered. Right now, everything in the United States, everything we touch or buy in the store is delivered by a truck. Everything. Mm-hmm. And that is crazy. That's my comment. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's terrifying, isn't it? A little bit terrifying.
Yeah, I was away on the weekend and drove 400 miles out and 400 miles back. And one thing, when you're driving the interstate, stay away from the semis because they all got recapped tires on the back. They don't. The only thing they require is new tires on the front driver tires. And I passed two of them. They could hear the tires going plump, 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 plump. When they come off, they could go through your windshield and kill you. Stay away from them rigs. Either pass it up or hang way back from them, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Don't ride right behind them or beside them. That's really dangerous.
It is. Even like you're saying, it doesn't even have to be a robotic driver. It could just be a truck that has a malfunction, and you could be in trouble.
Yeah,
I've seen a tire fly off
before. A robot truck blows a tire. How are they going to know about it? Unless they got sensors on every wheel. But it's still, I don't believe it.
It's just a lot, yeah.
I think the world's going crazy. I don't know how the government passes that.
Right.
And then they have, and then when some of the drivers out there driving these rigs, they don't know how to read or write English.
Oh.
How do they read the road signs and stuff?
Oh, boy.
I don't understand that neither. And then they got places where you go for 2 weeks and you could be a truck driver. You go to their training school to learn to drive a rig. You don't learn to drive a rig in 2 weeks.
Oh, my goodness.
That's crazy.
Yeah, be careful out there for sure. God, I've seen some pretty crazy moves. I'm usually real respectful of the trucks. They're big. You got you let them have a little bit of the leeway. If they're wanting to get over, I'll hang back and let them get over because you don't. Some cars are so crazy.
We was coming back and we was driving 80 miles an hour and I had rigs passing me on the road already.
Woo!
Just this last weekend.
Wow, man.
The state allows you. Most of the state troopers allow you if it's 75. You can run 80, and but I had them passing me 80, 85, 90 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Wow. That's something.
But see, they got so many restrictions on the driver anymore. They know when he stops to take the restroom, when he stops to eat. Every time that truck stops or goes, they got the electronic stuff on it. They know where it's at, what it's doing, how fast it's going. I don't know. This electronic age is nuts. I'm an old geezer, but this electronic age, I don't know. It's getting out of control, I think.
Yeah, we're younger, and I still kind of agree with that, especially with this. This is a little bit much.
Yeah, everything's controlled right now by satellites in the sky, just about. It's something. Even the farmers' tractors out there are controlled by a satellite. He gets in it and sets the computer and everything, and he makes the rows straight, makes them curve, and makes them do everything.
Wow.
He just has to sit up there and watch it.
That's amazing. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. Those farm tractors, some of them cost up to like $300,000, but they're controlled by a computer, by a satellite.
Wow. That's
even
else.
The road equipment, the big equipment they use, you'll see these big poles sticking up on them. They're controlled by a satellite. They know how to grade the ground, where to go, how fast to go.
Wow.
That's my comment. It's a very dangerous thing. You watch and see if that happens. They put them on the road. How many fatalities that's going to cause.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall for those guys.
Right.
All right, ladies, have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you. Ask your neighbor, do you have a question or comment?
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
For a minute.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Doing okay.
Okay.
You hearing this craziness about these robot trucks?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
That's something. When he was talking about the satellites, isn't that how those Roombas do the house? They use a satellite? It tells them the pattern? And I know the cheaper ones just kind of run into something and turn, but there's those expensive ones.
Yeah.
It actually maps out the space, and it keeps with every part of it, does the whole thing. It's just something. Or it knows when something's on the floor and it goes to get it.
Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need. Self-driving trucks, that's all we need.
I need a self-washing dishwasher that just does it all itself.
I know.
Yeah.
I need a Rosie robot from the Jetsons. Rosie.
Oh, yeah.
She did everything, and she even had stuff come out of her belly. Like, you're hungry? Here's some food.
Yeah, that's it.
Why aren't they making that one for me?
Yeah.
So you got a comment, question, anything?
I'm on the phone right now. All right, bye.
You got any questions or comments or anything?
Yeah, that's a scary thought process.
Yeah, it's already was scary to me, the people who they got those, the car commercial, and they're like, take their hands off the wheel, and they're just doing it and driving down the road without their hands on the wheel. Like, that's scary. I mean, there is such a thing as computer error, okay? I understand that humans make more errors than computers, but if you think about it, humans made the computers. And humans also made the programming and set the programming for the algorithms. He's calling the wrong number. He's supposed to call the show.
It might be something important.
Okay. Nikki's got to go take a call. Yeah, it is pretty scary to me.
I don't want to. Yeah, this is pretty scary. This is a pretty scary thought. Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, like the one person said, if a lightning strikes and hits it and messes up its computer system,
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, what's it just going to stop in the middle of the road and no brake lights or anything, and the car behind it's going to smash into the back end? I mean, you never know. So many different scenarios. But so far, their tests are showing that it's less accidents and stuff, but I feel like you need to have a lot more than 7 years study. It needs to be like a decade or two.
Yeah, exactly. Something, yeah.
Much longer study with much more numbers to put into that study.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think that they're rushing it a little bit, but
I think so too, yeah.
They are testing it. I just don't like the idea that means that there's a bunch of people that won't be able to drive, if they want to be a truck driver when they grow up, or that's just they're working at a place and the place decides to go automated and just fires all their truck drivers. Like,
exactly, yeah.
That would be bad. I don't like that. And then they're talking about not having a profit till 2027, 2028 or something like that. And it's like, what does that mean for now? It's going to be super expensive until they get to that point. And even then, isn't it going to be more expensive by then?
Yeah.
I mean, geez.
Yeah.
There are some cool benefits to it. The trucks are driving nonstop, so you don't have to worry about the time that they're getting. They can drive around the clock without worrying about a tired driver. I think they should still have a person in the truck.
I think so too, yeah.
Like if they need to lay down and go to sleep, fine, but I feel like there should be someone in the truck just in case.
I do too.
You got to grab the wheel for something. One of the articles said that there were accidents caused by other drivers, but there was a driver in the automated truck that was able to grab the wheel, take control before the accident fully happened, but still sounds pretty crazy to me. Sounds pretty scary.
It does, yeah.
All right, Nick, there's another person calling, so thanks for calling. We'll be back here tonight for trading time.
That's nothing.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Ask your neighbor, do you have a question or comment?
Yeah, I do on them automated trucks things.
Yeah.
When I drove truck like that, all years and everything like that, I mean, you run in sometimes storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, and whiteouts like that where you can't see nothing past the hood. You know enough to pull over and stop. Mm-hmm. But these autonomous vehicles, they go to GPS like that. You can kind of storm like that's going to knock GPS out. Then what are they going to do?
Right.
They're going to stop in the middle of the road. They're going to run over the guy in front of them that has to stop because you can't see. I mean, things like that. There's all kinds of mess being caused like that.
Yeah, that's...
GPS systems themselves can go down. Then what? Then nobody gets nothing. The rest of the country don't. Yeah. I mean, Chinese and everything, they're liable to hit the satellites, GPS satellites, knock everything out. Anytime, so.
Oh, sure.
There's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, sensors go out in regular cars all the time.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I've been in wineouts before, it snows so hard you can't see nothing in front of you. You got to pull over. Easy, turn 4A's on, everything. And these things, I don't know.
They're just going to keep on going. Crazy. It is scary. Yeah, thanks.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye. Wow, this has been a pretty cool topic. I mean, not cool, but something interesting to discuss for sure. I've never had experience with driving a truck, but I've known some people who drive trucks, and they actually enjoy it. Like, they enjoy the driving of the truck. And if we get to one day where it's all automated trucks, well, who's going to get to enjoy that? That's a cool experience. I've known some drivers that go all over the country, and they enjoy that. They get paid good, and they enjoy doing it. And I hope that doesn't become a huge issue, but, they're just going to do what they're going to do. Doesn't seem to matter what we all have to say, but it's a pretty scary idea. So my heart goes out to everybody driving around in Texas on the highway there. And I guess we'll just go ahead and say good day to everyone, and we'll be back tonight. And just wow about the automated trucks. It was already kind of wow about the automated cars, but those have to have drivers in them, so that's a little different, but very interesting. So, and thank you so much for listening and calling and watching, and we hope that that was informative, and that we answered any questions that you might have had, and we'll be here again tomorrow in the daytime for trading time, and then we'll have some guests in for Ask Your Neighbor. Jay told me who it was, and I forgot. It's the usual fellas that come in and talk. I think the Ciderville folks. I'm not sure. But they'll be here tomorrow morning, 10-ish. And we'll be back tonight with Trading Time, Prime Time. You can stay tuned for some music and some more local news and whatnot right here on WYSH Radio. And so thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in